Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of my reaction to Digital Man off of Rush's 1982 album, Signals. I just listened to that song straight through, gave a little bit of commentary on that. If you guys seen my channel before, you know the drill. Link for that is in the comments and the description. Man, another really good song by Rush. I am loving this album. I've listened to 3 songs off of it. I've listened to Subdivisions, The Analog Kid, and now this one. In part 1, at the end of it, I said that I'm noticing a little bit of a theme here with this album. And to me, it seems like there's this theme of almost growing up, being part of this, this world that's just humanity and it's kind of boring. It's just the norm. I don't know. Something about it, like Subdivisions is kind of that feeling of being stuck in this is the way that life is and this is who you are and this is how you're raised and give up on your hopes and dreams type of thing. And then the Analog Kid kind of feels to me like, a little bit of reminiscing and just the carefreeness of life. And then this song feels like now you're all grown up and welcome to the rat race. Every day is the same old thing and you're kind of stuck where you're at. Yeah, definitely not a concept album, but if you try, I feel like you can kind of make little tie-ins here and there between these songs. So I feel like, could be wrong here, but I just feel like there's a little bit of a theme going on with this. Aside from my own interpretation, the music is awesome. I want to talk about Alex Lifeson's solo a little bit in this song, but first I want to talk about Neil and Geddy because, yeah, it's weird. In this album, it's not as in your face. The drums seem to be a little more toned back, a little more simplistic. And while the bass is still grooving away and doing its thing, there's not these long, big breaks where the bass is really rocking hard. And then, you got drums coming in and then guitar and then bass really rocking hard. Very talented playing, but it's more subtle. So when you listen to it, I like to listen to it more intentionally and deliberately. Neil's drumming, while more simple than some of their other stuff and not as out there and flashy, is so good, so beautiful, so crisp, so perfect. The sound of his drums is just awesome. And then you get Geddy grooving away. And again, in part 1, I said something about his regular bass grooves and his bass lines are like another band's bass solos. Like he just plays and plays and plays the heck out of that instrument. And he does it so well. In my reaction to The Analog Kid, I said that I love this era, I love the synths, but I also said that I love Geddy Lee's voice, and that still holds up true in this song. I feel like it just fits. Everything works in a way that I love this version of Rush. And this is probably why back in the day I didn't like Rush a whole lot, because my dad was definitely into much more of their older stuff, and so I didn't hear too much of this sort of stuff. And I think if I had, I probably would have been a much better gateway into Rush. But it's all fun, it's all good, because now I get to discover it all in this really condensed journey, which is so fun because I get to hear the best of all of it. And there is no bad material from them. Now, talking about Alex Lifeson, I'd have to listen to it again, but that might be one of my favorite guitar solos I've heard from him. I don't know what it was about it. I don't know if it was the tone. I don't know if it was the restraint. I don't know if it was the rhythm section that was making it stand out more. But to me, that solo was just absolutely beautiful. And I've talked about his picking before. I've talked about his legato and his use of arpeggios and stuff. I don't know if I've talked about something else that always stands out to me about his playing. His pinch harmonics are just, a lot of guys have a guitar tone where when they hit a pinch harmonic, it's really shrill and it stands out and it's kind of in your face and it can almost be too much. Now, Alex Lifeson does this thing where he's not a ton of high gain. It's not just pushed to the absolute limits. So when he plays it, it almost sounds weak, but weak in a very good way. It's not an over the top, just piercing in your face, kind of obnoxious out of nowhere. It adds subtleties and character to the song. And he does them in such a way that's so good, and combined with his vibrato technique, which is so unique, it's just undeniably Alex Lifeson. So I've taken a ton of heat from people saying, how can you claim to be a guitarist if you don't know who Alex Lifeson is? Well, 2 things. One, I do know who Alex Lifeson is. I just haven't listened to a ton of Rush's stuff. I've heard some of it and I've enjoyed some of it. And I've thought that Alex Lifeson was cool, but the whole style wasn't really my thing. But hearing this sort of stuff, people act like now I cannot enjoy it. I'm telling you, I am enjoying this. This guitar playing is very good, and I can definitely tell that he's influenced a lot of very, very good guitar players. And he's so unique, and I think that that's maybe what turned me off from it before, because I was into a very specific sound, kind of narrow-minded, as you are when you're enthusiastic about something. You chase what you really like, and this was not what I really liked when I was 14, 15, starting to play guitar. Listening to it now with a different ear and a different perspective, I can appreciate it so much more, and I can be more like influenced by it, and I can tell that it's just, yeah, he's made such an impact on music. The whole band, super talented, super unique. I'm loving this stuff, you guys. I can't say enough good things about this band. I'm loving this album so far. I've heard 3 songs, and I love all of them. So we're going to be listening to some more. Keep the comments and suggestions coming because you have put out a ton of them, and I really appreciate that. We're going to be checking out more of this stuff. I'm loving it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment, leave a like, and if you have not already, please hit subscribe and click the bell so you get notified when new videos come up. Thank you so much. I hope to see you next time.